Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our channel. So it's Sunday, June 25th, 4th. I think it's the 24th. I can't remember. I lose my days. And there are some people coming in the house. Hey, Mommy. Did you go walking, you silly girl? Hey, ma'am. Are you tired? We took ma'am out for her walk. So she is tired. Look, there's sister. Good morning. So anywho, the kids and I are getting ready for church. So here's a couple projects that I'm going to be working on. So most of this over here is just trash to be hauled off. And since Handy Mandy hasn't come, she doesn't really come during this season of the year. I just have to pile things over here until she comes. Because when it's this time of the year, my lawn guy comes. And so I have to put that money that I was using for her into the lawn. So when it gets more of a cooler season, then she'll come over and do stuff for me, and she does all my hauling off. So I may get a chance to haul some things, I may not, and if I don't worry about it. Here's a couple things we need. My pillows actually should be over here with all of our storage stuff, and then just bikes are out of control. Like, why do we have so much stuff in this house? Because it's only 2 kids, man. They gotta do better. So the garage is another project we're going to be working on. And then they never put anything back where it's supposed to go. Because this does not go here. But it's here. We don't know why. Don't ask any questions. And then this, of course, is my catch-all. And I have taken some things out of the house. So now I have to make some spaces up here where I can put some of these things. And then some of my stockpile stuff has really just overflowed. Which is why we have lost almost a whole shelf because of stockpile stuff. But this is on the list. That is not what this vlog is about. And then we have antenna for the regular channels here. I was trying to hook up my Chromecast to see if it would work in a different room of the house, and it did not. So I had to unplug all of my stuff, but I still want to get my regular channels. So I'm going to have to put all that stuff back together. And my smart self did not think of that when my son was here yesterday, because he's very technologically inclined. Anywho, the reason that I am in the garage is because we are having Sunday social. Everybody has to bring a side, and then we also have to bring drinks. So I just popped out to the garage to pick out a few things that I could take over to Sunday social. So I'm going to grab some of these drinks. Of course, these are drinks I got with coupons. These are not drinks we drink in the house, but we bring soda over to the Sunday social, and whoever does drink soda will drink those. More than not, will end up drinking water. And then this is when I go up to these items right here. Like I have chips and poppers and popcorn and different things like that. You know, just little things that the kids might enjoy, because we have a lot of kids. So I just try to pull what I can pull out of here. So my sister didn't bring a drink, so I'm going to grab 2 drinks for us. It's so hot. I really wish, I'm going to get a kid to come help me. I really wish that I had popsicles that I could take for the kids, but I didn't pick any of those up, because if I had those little frozen popsicles, I would bring those. But I don't have any. So I'm going to have one of the kids come and help me grab another drink out of there. And then I'll show you what I'm making. Somebody grab a drink out of the garage for me, please. Oh, I actually know what I went back to get. So I'm doing a pan of macaroni and cheese. I'm only doing 1 pan. This is dangerous because this will not last 5 minutes. But I had a little helper. This one. The one here. Okay. Go out and get cheese from yesterday out of the freezer. And he brought me back mozzarella. So if you do macaroni and cheese, you know you have to have sharp cheddar. So I got to go out to the freezer and take one of these back, maybe 2 of these back, but these have had time to thaw and something else did not. So I've got some 4-cheese Mexican I'm going to throw in, but I went out to get some sharp cheese. So it is June Low Spend Month, and the kids and I are participating in June Low Spend Month. Oh, thanks, bud. Is there more of this? We're doing low spend, And so I was thinking about what was I going to bring for the, yeah, I'll take this one. And then we'll bring the other two back. What was I going to bring for Sunday social? And in my mind, because I really am out of grocery money for the month, but it's already the 24th or 5th. I can't remember what date it is. But, you know, just a few short days, I'll get my summer rollover money. And I was thinking, okay, oh, forgive the road. I'm sorry. But I was like, okay, where can I grab a few extra dollars to, let me keep one of those though, just for the melting purposes. Where can I grab some extra money from to come up with something for Sunday social? And then I'm thinking to myself, and I was talking to my sister, I'm like, wait a minute. I have all of the stuff for macaroni and cheese. Now, I normally don't bring macaroni and cheese. We have a lady who brings it all the time. And so that's not one thing I normally bring. Normally, I will stop and I'll get ice cream, and because it's hot out. So I always get things for the kids. I'll get juicy boxes because we don't want kids walking around with cups. And we have little kids. So I'm not talking about Jackson's age. I'm talking about smaller than that. We have a lot of kids in our church. So when I thought about it, because the kids are going to camp this week and I have to have stuff for camp. So I'm like, it's not wise for me to go and spend money that I don't really have, because I would be spending it out of my checking account, which it's not the day for that. So I was like, okay, Shakema, think about what you have in your house. Think about what you have in your pantry. And I was like, you know what? I have all the stuff for macaroni and cheese. I'm making macaroni and cheese. And if she brings it and I bring it, it will get eaten. And if it doesn't, we'll bring it back home. It's no problem. But I'm not going to continue. It's not being a wise steward of what God gives me if I just go out and spend monies that I don't have trying to bring things when I'm an avid couponer, and I coupon and I get overage, and I get, you know, I get more than the things I need for things like this. And so, that's what I'm going to do. I'm doing macaroni and cheese. I have my water boiling. So I thought I'd do a cook with me, kind of a Sunday type vlog as well, and just get it all together for you guys. So I have all of my ingredients here. My water is boiling. It is now 7:44, and I have to be done with this by 9:15 at the latest. So we have to be out of here because we're starting at 10. Normally we do 10:30, and I should have got up at 6:30 when my alarm went off, but I just did not feel like it because I was up till 2 o'clock. Don't ask why. Just up. Just up. Anywho, so I'm going to get started on the mac and cheese. The kids have taken the dog out. She's been walked. Alana grabbed her shower already. So we're going to go ahead and get, the oven is on. We have a few dishes that we need to kind of straighten up or get put in the dishwasher. I have a load of laundry going. My lighting is really bad. I'm working on it, y'all. I apologize. I'm going to get some new overhead fluorescent lights that are the daylight light bulbs. So I have daylight light bulbs here, there, and then I have daylight light bulbs in a couple other lamps that I need to get some in the living room, which I don't have here, but I'll get some. So anywho, that's what we're doing, and I'm going to get started, and the kids are going to do a few things as far as just putting together the living room. I'm uploading a video right now. That is also a cook with me from my meal plan, and I stayed true to the meal plan. You guys, this low spin is not easy. Or let me say, it's not that the low spin's not easy. Breaking old habits is what is not easy. Because old habits would say, when I don't see the meals, you know, I wrote it down, but I didn't see it put together. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just go and pick something up. You have enough stuff picked up. So what you need to do is go into the places you picked it up and put it in the freezers, pull it out, and put it together. I love to cook. I am an avid cook. I'm an advocate for cooking what you have at home. But sometimes I have lazy days, and I'm like, oh, I just don't want to do it. It doesn't matter what you want to do. Because right now, my bank account is dictating that I have to. As well as using up the things that the surplus that we have. So I've got to use it up so I can bring new things into the house. And actually, it's really good because it's causing me to think and use wisdom. You know, we have a brain, and we have to use it, and we have to say, hey, this is not beneficial for my family if I go out and spend money I don't have, so don't do that. So I'm talking to myself as I go along. Yes, I want to be able to stop at the grocery store and be the fun Miss Shakema who brings the treats and the icy pops and all, but that's not my testimony this month. If I had a coupon for free icy pops, I would be all over that. Yes, indeed. I stop on the way, because there's a Harris Teeter on the way to where I'm going. So if I had a coupon and they had some stuff free, wait a minute. Something is free. Well, I don't know if it's free. Something is buy one, get one free, and I have a $1 off coupon. I'm going to check that, because I might be able to get something free. But if I don't get it free, I'm not going to get it. So that's all I'm saying. If you see something in this clip by some free stuff, then you know that I got it free. I'm going to have to think about that. I'm going to check my sales real quick. Anywho, got to get this macaroni and cheese. All I'm saying is be smart about your stuff. Don't be spending money you don't have. I'm talking to myself. Shakema, stop doing that. Not nice. Anywho, let's cook the mac and cheese. Okay, you guys, so I just have a pot of boiling water here. It has some salt in it. And now I'm just going to add in my pipette pasta. Normally I would use elbows, but today I'm just adding in this pipette, and it's going to be fine. And this is a 1 pound box, and I'm just going to let this get soft. And I'm going to do it probably just a little bit al dente, because I'm going to add in liquid, and it's going to cook in the oven. Okay, so my pasta did not take very long to cook. Actually, it's about half the size of a regular elbow. So I'm actually just going to drain it using this slotted. I got this from the Goodwill. It's one of my favorite utensils ever in life. So I greased my baking sheet. My pan. This is a tinfoil pan, but I didn't want it to stick either. So I'm actually just draining this out. I'm just draining it out. 1 pound. So from here, the process is pretty simple. I'm just going to give a little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper. If I had some, I would put just a pinch of sugar in here to cut some of the saltiness and bring out the flavor of the cheese. But we don't use regular sugar in the house, so I don't have any. Normally I keep some on hand for, you know, guests for coffee, but just didn't have any. And when I had the coupons, it was not on sale. And normally I'm pretty much the only person that drinks coffee in the house, so we didn't get it. The next thing I'm going to do is take 2 eggs, and I'm going to temper the eggs because I'm making almost like a custard. So I have to temper them first because I don't want the eggs to cook in my macaroni and cheese and become scrambled eggs. So I'm going to take my eggs. I'm going to put some of this milk. Now I have made this using half and half. I've made this using heavy cream. I made it using almond milk or cashew milk. And so I'm just going to bust up my egg yolks so that they don't cook prior to going in the oven. Just tempering it with the milk. And then we're going to stir it into the hot noodles because my noodles are hot. So now that I have that in, I'm just going to move it around because that's going to be my thickening. Some people make a white cheese sauce using flour and milk. I don't do that. This is how my grandmother did it, and I'm going to do it this way. So now it's just dumping in the cheese. And then when I grew up, we did not have shredded cheese, so this is a foreign concept. We had the block cheese, or my grandmother used to get hoop cheese, and we would have to do it that way. So that was the Mexican. This is the sharp white cheddar that I'm using next. Sharp white, so all in. And you can never have enough cheese in macaroni and cheese. So then we're going to do some of the Sargento's reduced fat cheese. This is frozen because we just got it out of the oven. Out of the freezer, sorry. Because I didn't check behind Jackson last night like I should have. But it's okay. It's ultra fine. So it's actually breaking up pretty decently. But it is frozen. So that's like 2.5 bags of cheese, and we're just going to stir this around and see where we are. I am going to be adding in some more liquid, so it doesn't have all the liquid it's going to have in here. I am going to add in some more. But I won't be able to stir this around. Once I get all the liquid in the pan, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. So it's just a matter of getting the cheese distributed, and we'll clean up those little areas shortly. But you do want to make sure that you have enough cheese and every bite has cheese. So I'm going to try to bury those hunks underneath so it can actually kind of spread out and not just be a hunk on the top. So I would say that's pretty cheesy. And then I'm going to add in just the rest of the liquid. And we want to add in enough so that it covers the macaroni and cheese, so that the pasta can continue to cook. And that's going to be pretty much all of our milk, which we had for cereal, but we'll make it work for next week. So we'll see, because we're out of eggs, we're out of milk. We do have grits. Kids are going to camp next week, so grits might work well. So that's all that. And then finally, we're just going to put in the mozzarella cheese that we had that is thawed out on top. So lots of cheese and mac and cheese. We don't make this hardly ever. I mean, I don't make this because just of the sheer points for Weight Watchers. I don't know that I will eat this at the Sunday social, but Sunday's lunch, if we have Sunday socials, or even if it's just after church, it's our biggest meal of the day. So we usually have a very light dinner. So it's 8:07. I have about 1 hour and 8 minutes for this to cook. It's only going to go about 45 minutes. Okay, so here it is, everyone. We have gotten the macaroni and cheese out right at 45 minutes. It is 8:56, so we are getting ready to head out so that we are not late, because we do have a little bit of a drive that we have to make. So the one thing I do want to say is, if you don't want your cheese to brown, you want to cover that with foil. We didn't have any foil, so it is just the way it is right there for this particular, but underneath. And then people for macaroni and cheese generally tend to like those crispy edges, so it works out well. Everything is done underneath. I lifted it to make sure I poked a hole in the middle to make sure it still wasn't running or there wasn't any moisture there. And I can actually, you know, out, that's hot. Ooh, touch it and it bounces back at you, so nothing's jiggling around under there. But again, if you don't want this crusty layer on top, then put foil over it. We just didn't have foil and I wasn't going to buy any. Sticking to my goals. So this is what the mac and cheese looks like. We'll actually take you guys along with us to a Sunday social so you can see kind of what it looks like. And we'll see you when we get there.
Say hey guys, I'm vlogging today.
Hey guys,
This
I'm
is
vlogging today.
really? Come on.
That's what you said.
You are so rude.
Hey guys, I'm vlogging today.
Your behind is so rude.
We vlogging.
See? Now you bringing in Fred. We at Sunday social, you guys, and this is how we roll. We just be social. Hey y'all, look, the kids over there on some kind of swing contraption. There's Alana hanging out with her nephew Shane. Because he's obviously her nephew. We got water for the kids. There's water for the kids. There's Lisa. Say hey, Lisa. We vlogging today. There's water for the big kids. And here's Casey, who's trying not to be friends with me because he don't want to bring me a pepperoni. But it's okay.
I don't cater to wounded people.
I'm not wounded.
You were so wounded.
That's okay. I'm gonna have this.
Thank you.
Dang! Ooh, in the spirit of weight,
You gotta be quick. You gotta be fast.
Hey, Bree!
Nature. You know, I could scare and intimidate and all
Oh, Amanda's getting it. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hello. Hey Daniel Shane. The pool boy.
We know.
And then all of the kids and the people. I'm not here. So here's all the food for Sunday social.